Man, I gained 10 pounds eating the red and the green M&Ms, bro. I gained 10 pounds so quick. On top of it up today, how you brothers been for the week, man?
Oh, we've been good, man. We've been
good.
Yeah. We can't ignore the ratings. I mean, this light skin thing is working for me and Derik.
I heard it's more market. Where do we start?
Yo. What's up? Welcome back to Let's Chop It Up. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube. Like and subscribe and tell a friend about 4 brothers on this channel here. My brothers from another mother. I haven't seen you guys in Chop It Up 2 weeks. Talk to me. What's going on with you? Talk to me, Rod.
Everything good, man. I can't complain, you know. I'm glad we're having some good weather. I've been enjoying my daughter's softball games as well.
Nice.
But other than that, everything is pretty good. Yo,
what's up?
You got roaches in your house? What's those 2 black marks on them?
Nah, man. My camera's messed up, and our producer Jamie's supposed to give me a new camera. He hasn't done that in weeks. We've been telling him about it. I guess he's holding it against me for some reason. So those are on. See, they're here. I just can't get rid of them.
Oh, I thought those shits were roaches.
Nah, nothing on the wall. Let's wait.
It's right there. Yeah.
Nothing. So yeah, man. So
yeah, talk to him about that, man. Talk to him.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. The pay's getting worse. And then the equipment ain't working out, man. I don't know what's going on with Jamie.
My contract is good though.
I see you living like white folks back there, man.
Living like black folks supposed to live. That's
you know what bothers me? And he got the picture of Biggie back there, so he actually get benefits of the dark community and the contract of the white community. That's right. Offset it.
Rodney playing both sides of the fence, man. I'm gonna have to report him though, man. You know what I'm saying? At some point, I don't know.
Oh
man. Derik, was you at the last light skin meeting?
I was inactive. I put in my ballot. I mailed that in. You know what I'm saying?
I was looking for you. I didn't see you there.
Well, that's all right. They're gonna shoot me. I heard you had a forum. That's right. Yeah. No, we're not talking about you, Kelvin. You're not allowed.
Yeah.
Important light skin business being discussed right now.
I saw Kelvin sitting out in front of the building after the meeting.
Oh, I'm sure.
Were you trying to sneak in, Kelvin?
No, I'm protesting. That's not about it.
I don't know. He look like he protested from a jail cell. I don't know what the fuck he is today.
Hold on. I gotta write that down.
Look like he getting a colonoscopy or something.
Yeah.
I have to document this stuff because the Sex Symbol Defamation League told me, anti-defamation told me to write this down. So that was Rodney. Let me see, what time is it? 9:04. Okay. Go ahead. Continue, gentlemen.
Now it do look like you changing, like you waiting for the doctor to come. They do. That's what it looks like, right?
It's time to go get that gown, that plastic.
Yeah. leave the gown open in the back.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
Hey, Mo. What's happening?
Right. Shout out to Mama.
Shout out to Dina. What up, man? Derik, what's up with you, man?
Hey, man. I'm just living life, brother. I'm just living life, man. Just realizing I'm just getting older every day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, please, my energy. This brings me energy, but today I was dragging ass, bro. Just before I got up in here, had to get that nap in, bro. I was like Rodney today. You know what I mean? I had to come back and get that nap in, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because it was bad, but it was crucial. But yeah, you know, just enjoying life, man. Just spending time with the family. Looking forward to more time with my kids. My son has a he's a performer, so he's in a play that's coming up. So I'm looking forward to that. And he did really well at his, he did really well at his jazz band. Let me tell you, man, they did Earth, Wind, and Fire. Shout out to Freeport. Whoa. Shout out to Freeport Jazz, junior high school and high school students. They did September. Earth, Wind, and Fire rocked it, bro. I'm telling you.
That's the #1 white people wedding song.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah, that's the jam, but they killed it, man. I made it so I was so impressed. If they were placed in mint condition, they really would have been off, man. But we let them one thing at a time. Hey, Sean, how you doing? But other than that, man, everything's well. What's going on, Shauna? All is well, man. All is well, man. So I'm back here with you fellas, man. What's going on, Dina? She said, Dina, damn, I was going for a week and Kelvin still doesn't have a symbol, having that symbol. Exactly.
I want to now be known as the artist formerly known as Kelvin, first of all. That's all I want to tell you.
What's up with you, though, Kelvin, man? Talk to us, man. What's going on?
You know what it is. About to get rich because I mastered the broke thing already. So that's nah, everything is good, man. Everything is good. First time in my life where I realized that there will be no spring this year. So spring is not. Spring has been canceled. We've been spring-like a couple of days, but there will be no spring. So we're going from winter to summer. So that's cool. Been dealing with Manhattan, between protests, bad traffic, and high taxes. Life is good, brother. That's exactly what it is. And of course, the cherry on the top, crime, any type you can find. Is there anybody out there without a gun? Let's try some conflict resolution.
Oh man, that was
crazy out there.
Let's try some conflict resolution. I just want to say to all my brothers and sisters out there shooting everybody, hug somebody. Just see what it's like, just to resolve the conflict from the old school way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting bad in New York. Well, guess what? We great New Yorkers, and we don't run. And the great news is my New York Jets are about to make an appearance. So let me tell you something. Watch yourself, Rodney, and all the Giant fans.
Okay.
There's a chef in town. And it's spelled Jets, Jets. That's what I know.
You know the thing is, Kelvin, I give you a lot of credit. No matter how many seasons you guys are losers, you still keep the hope, man. You keep more hope than D.
Yo, you're right. They did it. We ain't land on Plymouth Rock.
Shit. The losing stadium landed on you.
But guess what? There's hope, brother. Every year, hope springs eternal because the draft. D, what's going on with you, man? What's the deal?
Oh man, yeah, I was excited about the draft too. That was one good thing. I love seeing drafting. I love seeing people treat their jeans. Was you going to
D said, Lord Scroll.
for the Jets.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Man, that's part of the charm. That's part of the charm. I think Kelvin and my daddy are the only living Jets fans.
That's right. You gotta believe.
Sneak in there, yeah, slow key. The Pearson is still going to be dead last. That's part of the charm, Monique.
Wow.
Yeah. I was rooting for. I'm happy for the Jets. I mean, the Giants are my team. I was happy. I think they both had great great draft. What Sean said,
the Jets fans are the most hopeful fans ever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
It's like people that go to church.
Yeah.
that's why we
gotta
go.
Hope, gotta believe in hope.
Because of the Jets. That's why we go.
Yeah, man.
That was the draft. What happened? So today I'm just tired because I did a Nets. We had a ribbon cut with the Nets. One of the facilities I oversee in Red Oak, Brooklyn. They built a brand new weight room. It's really nice. Should be on the news. I don't know what news channels are there. But it should be really nice. That was kind of cool. I met Albert King. You guys remember Albert King, Bernard King's brother?
Yeah, Bernard King.
Yeah. Him now, actually.
He looked like he's still in good shape, man. He's still in good shape. He was a real nice guy, man. He was cool. And,
money does that to you.
Yeah. We got a couple of dials. He got some nice pearly white teeth too. But then my mom Duke's birthday. She's 81 years old today, man. So we went out, man. Things, man. Shout out to her, doing her thing, man. So she was good. And the other thing is, man, for people don't know about guys know here, I'm on this about to have this weight loss surgery on the 16th. So we won't have a show that week, but I am so fucking hungry. I've been eating my own words. I will eat anything right now. I am starving. The only thing I drink is liquids and Jello.
Wow. That's not the only thing that's going on, D.
What else?
Well, we had a meeting and D was hallucinating. D was so hungry he was hallucinating and he started seeing dicks.
Hey, you gotta clear that up, man.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but he just got on this thing. Yeah, he just got on this thing. He started talking about all these dicks and stuff. I said, "Yo, get this guy something to eat."
Pause.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
He said, "Clear that up."
Nah, but people don't know. They got these roses. Women know about the rose. Rose out there tearing it up right now in the bedroom for everybody. But now they got these men got these things where they could put it's like in jail they call the Fifi bag where they masturbate with. So now they got these things for men with these faces on them. So that's what we.
Where'd you hear about that, D?
On social media.
That's too much.
And why did you stop at that page?
I don't know. Just about the more timeline, man.
So you know all the ads gonna come up now, right? Or like everything.
I know, man. I don't know. It just happened. First, I was following the lady with the rose. Cause I was just seeing what people were doing with the rose. Then next thing I know, the little jerk off thing, hand job thing came.
I just feel
I don't know.
The scroll vibes coming. I don't know.
I'm weak tonight. I'm so man, bro. I'm about to eat this microphone right here. I'm hungry as a hostage, man.
Notice that liquid diet is
It is
brutal
right now, bro. I don't know how people fucking do hunger strikes. You do a hunger strike, you gotta be really into whatever you into.
So you going down a weight class, huh? That's gonna be interesting. So are you ready for it?
Yeah, man, I'm going down to my play weight. Hope my head don't get big. I don't want to look like Al Sharpton. The only thing I don't want to look. I don't want the fucking perm.
You don't want to look like Al Roker.
Al Roker looks better than Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton look crazy, the motherfucker.
I think they both look
but
crazy.
Al looked like one of the California Raisins. So.
Yeah.
Al still got that head. Dina said, "You got this, D. Pretend it's a Big Mac."
Yo, I don't want to see another Jello. Every time I eat Jello, I think of fucking Bill Cosby. So I don't want that.
Can you have pudding or it's just Jello?
I got sugar-free pudding, man.
Sugar-free.
Wow.
Yeah. What's the point? Yeah. What's the point? What's the point of having it?
I think only under 12. I get beyond the 1,200
calories. Well, D,
cottage cheese.
After all this, D, you won't need the surgery.
No.
Right?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
if you can follow this diet, you lose the weight on your own.
No, I can't do this for that long, man. This is day 3, so I got to do to the 16th. So it's hard. Ooh, sorry about that.
Ooh, let me carry the one. Hold up. Ooh.
Yeah. You look like you're losing weight in your neck, D.
Yeah, I know, man.
You look like you're getting a small neck.
No, man. My neck is I have a size 22-inch neck, man. It just looks like it's feeling like a 19 right now.
You looking like the Little Neck Parkway right now.
That was a good one. I like that shit. Yo, I don't know. People that don't like jokes being cracked on them, I can't be around them motherfuckers. Yeah, I love that shit. I think a good roast is the best, man. When you can laugh at yourself, it's the best, man.
I'm gonna let you know a secret. If you let me know you got thin skin, you got a problem if I'm in the room.
Yo, I don't even want to be around you, man. Because nowadays you get some other shit get banned and blocked all the time. It's hard to be a comedian right now, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And we're gonna talk about that shit later on.
It's hard to be a lot of shit. A comedian, a former boxer, it's just crazy now.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's really hard to be a black man.
That's always been the case.
Right
there.
Yeah, but
right there.
Next week, I'm looking forward to next week. We're gonna have one of the people running for governor of New York State next week. You know that, y'all? I can't wait.
Very nice. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some. We want people to give them some good questions. I want to say tough. What you tough? You want your governor to be tough and have tough skin. So next week, 9:00, check us out. We're gonna have the guy Tom Suzo. I'm not saying his name wrong. Suzio, something like that. He's gonna be on the show. And I'm working on another political candidate. I was with somebody today trying to work on another political candidate today. I was with a council member today. They said they want to get somebody else on the show. So I'll tell you guys about that later. But yeah, man. So what we're gonna do is so that's what you get from Let's Chop. You never know who's gonna be on this joint, man.
That's right. That's exactly what it is, brother.
Hurry up. Hurry up. So let's get to it, man. So what we got here first? What we got, Jay? What you doing in my face here? Protests going across the country as the Supreme Court deals with Roe versus Wade leaks. So people don't know. I guess everybody know that's gotta be the hottest news out there. And then they try to ban abortion. There's one. I was gonna say something crazy. I'm not gonna get the stroll. The Supreme Court Justice released at a demo got released to Politico, and they got it that they're trying to reverse Roe versus Wade probably end of June or early July, but they got out early. So thoughts on this, gentleman?
I think it's gonna happen. I mean, I look at it like this, right? This is something that the Republican Party has been trying to do for eons.
Yes, sir.
So it's no surprise to me that it was going to happen. The Democrats can act like they're surprised. I mean, they basically sit back and watch it happen. This thing is going to be Trump's legacy getting this done because he was able to stack the Supreme Court. Yep. He got 3 justices in during his 4-year term, which is a lot. He was able to appoint a lot of judges in his 4-year term because the Republicans, they like to stack the court in their favor. Oh,
sorry, my bad. You heard that.
Yep.
I might as well leave the camera on and blow my nose. But go ahead, man. That's what we know we live, man.
You know, Trump stacked the Supreme Court in the right's favor.
Yeah.
And you know, this has been something that they've been trying to do for a long time. So it doesn't surprise me at all. At all. You know, a lot of people, I don't know if you guys, you know, understand the game or how they play it. Every time there's a new president, the first thing they want to do is see who's old on the Supreme Court that's affiliated with their party, and then try to replace them so that they don't get too old and maybe pass away like Ruth Bader Ginsburg did. They probably wouldn't have got the that extra stack if Ruth Bader Ginsburg had retired when Obama was in office, which he asked her to do.
Yeah, because she was trying to do with Hillary Clinton being
president.
That was done.
Yeah. So then she stayed, and unfortunately she wound up passing away during Trump's term.
Good words,
and the court wound up getting stacked.
Yeah,
so
she said I find it funny. She mentioned that as well. She found it funny that they started this after Ruth Ginsburg died. Yeah, that's exactly when it started.
But you see,
kind of got old ovaries.
but you see what Biden did. As soon as he got in there, you know, he kind of pushed somebody out so he can get somebody in a little younger and fresher, so they don't lose that position. That's just what they do. So it doesn't surprise me that this has happened. You know, I think it doesn't stop abortion. I mean, you know, all states are not going to follow it. They don't have to. The governor can decide if he wants to outlaw abortion or not. And then people that are in states that are outlawed, they're just going to go to other states and get it done.
Yeah. No, I think also that, you know, and I was just mentioning this the other day to my wife, man. I said, you know, the Roe v. Wade argument or a situation, it's more of a it's also it's part of a culture war as well. You know what I mean? And it's an overall push of conservatism. You know, like you know, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. We've had a you know progressive or liberal ideology has had a strong run, and now you're seeing. I feel like you're going to see the pushback from the other side. You know what I mean? There's always a hard swing the other way. You know, and I think that we are now seeing the first salvo in that, and it's substantial when you start talking about the Supreme Court. You know, that's a real flag on the hill, you know. So you got to kind of get ready for what's coming. If you're serious about this thing, if you're serious about what you believe in, if you're on the other side, now's the time to stand up, man. Now's the time to put something real behind those words and figure something out, man, because it's not a game no more, you know. So that's where it's at right now.
Let me give you my 2 cents on it. This for one thing is nothing but white supremacy is trying to stay in power because they know they're gonna fade out by 2050 or 2045. They got a little bit 25. 20 what?
I think it's 45.
So they got about a little over 20 years left, right? And they're gonna be the minority when it comes down to this race thing. So that's what they don't want. They're not fucking enough to have babies, and the opiates is killing them and all that stuff like that. That's all of it. Rich white women will still afford to have abortion. Right. They're gonna fly to other countries, wherever it goes, states, wherever they have to go. They're gonna be able to still go get these abortions. And excuse me, I just don't understand how white men always still want to control people's bodies. They want to control us as black folks' bodies back since slavery. They want to control women's bodies since they want to tell women to have fuck and have sex. I bet you if men will get pregnant, they'll have abortions in barbershops. They have abortions at tattoo parlors. Men have abortions. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy. Like it's just like how they control. My thing is, you want to abort the baby, like the baby is semen wouldn't have in hair, but the kids is alive and walking around here. So you want a woman that can't afford to have this kid, have the kid born in poverty, want to be in the statistics that they always talk about, and do all and say they're going to commit these crimes, and you don't want to take care of them. You want to fund their schools, fund their neighborhoods, fund their programs.
Vicious cycle.
You know what I'm saying? It's a vicious cycle. It's the bullshit with the.
And I think it's so polarizing. I listen to a lot of people, and I was thinking about this maybe over the last 4 or 5 years. You have seen so much division. I mean, literally, people are standing up, protesting. I mean, lining up, arguing in each other's faces about it. With people just, so their convictions and their whatever their moral high ground is that they're standing on every year it seems like we're literally so divided right down the middle, from the abortion issue to the race issue to finance to war. It's just everything, and it's so redundant, it's so repetitive. It seems like every day there's conflict.
Yeah,
You always see,
Yeah, Shauna says they're only pro-life until the child is born.
Yeah, because the thing is, why didn't I pro-life when you have a condom? Yeah. You kill putting a life inside a rubber piece of thing. Oh, you came like, don't care about that life.
Yeah,
they wrap it up, throw it in the trash.
Or put it on the sheets.
You know what I'm saying? Put it on somebody
get control. I just
put it on the back of a tramp stamp.
I'm seeing scroll coming. It's a scroll.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
This scroll must not be working if it don't.
The thing, we do realize that this. It's not. I disagree with you a little bit on what you said, Kelvin. It's not split down the middle. More than 60% of this country believes in pro-choice. Right. I think it may be like 68, 60, maybe touching 70. It's in the 70s. Yeah. Okay, that's even better. It's 70-something% of America is pro-choice, right? Now, this is mostly coming from the white evangelicals, who are like 10 or 12% of the population, but because they have money and they pile a lot of money into the Republican Party, they get to make the decision on who gets to have abortions and not. And that's what this really is about. It's about what the evangelicals want what they want. So, for you of 12 or 13, 14% of the population to make a decision for the rest of the freaking country, to me, is freaking crazy. That is crazy. And it's sad. It just goes to show you how much power money has, though.
Oh, of course. And that's usually what it comes down to. And you can't legislate morality. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah. And we do realize the Supreme Court's decisions are not based on the law. It's based on a political affiliation.
Correct.
Whoever put them in there, that's whose side they're going to take. It has nothing to do with the law.
Always vote on party lines, man.
They vote on party lines. Correct.
Yeah, like both sides, like both branches of the government, like every branch, you got the Senate, you got the House Representatives, straight down the party, and of course there's the Supreme Court, straight down party lines.
Correct. And then you got a guy like Trump, who basically, if he ever faces, which I don't think he will, ever face like criminal charges, and he takes it all the way to the Supreme Court, he stacked the court in his favor.
Well, he did his job. See, he was our first. He was what I consider our first disposable president in my lifetime. You know what I mean? They got him in there. He did his 4 years. He did as much as he could in 4 years, and that's all he was ever meant to do, because he was a goofball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that. Like, even on the other side, they know he was a goofball, but they just needed him to do what he needed to do, and they would get rid of him. And now this is what we got.
That's true. That's true, Derek. That's very true. Yeah. The thing is, they did use him because once they realized he had the numbers to actually almost to win, then they said, we got to use him to do what we got to do while he's in there. Because he's going to get those things done because he's been paid by certain people to get them done.
Right.
And then when he got in there, he was out of control.
Yeah.
They even realized to the Republican Party, we got to get rid of him because he's causing too much problems.
Yeah, you can't work with him.
But just like you said, he got done what they needed him to get done in those 4 years.
And he spoke for a voiceless group that kind of was laying dormant, in their Midwest.
He pretended to speak for them.
Yeah. Right, but it resonated. In other words, that group that tapped in, that feels like, we're victims and we're white, but we don't have money, and we're this and that and the third. He was able to resonate with that. Now, mind you, he's a multi-millionaire from New York. They couldn't afford to even buy one of his ties or suits, most of the people that followed him. But in other words, he became an ideology. He just became, like Rodney alluded to, just pretty much a puppet, and it worked out.
Yeah. He was able to tap into a group of people that basically have very little education, blue collar workers, pickup truck owners, truck driver hats and flannel shirts. That's his space.
Right. He kind of defeated. He kind of defeated what the Electoral College was supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he actually defeated. That there's supposed to be no candidate that could really kind of lift a radical group and that could put him in office. And he kind of defeated the Electoral College. Which what it was supposed to be, which is to me, I think, antiquated now. But
it is to me. It is. It's so any place you go, you vote for your union rep. You got to be the majority rules.
Correct.
So it's the only place that like
the presidency is the only thing you can run for where the popular vote doesn't win all the time.
He lost about 33 million votes, right? Something like that.
It was like I think almost like 3 million.
I thought it was 3 million changes.
Yeah, 3 million changes. I think it was 3.5 he lost by in the popular vote.
Right.
A lot of people.
So that means technically majority of the United States did not want him to be president.
Correct.
Well, not technically, you're right. And not only that.
Twice. Twice. Remember?
And at the end of the day, we have to be honest. The Democratic Party ran the wrong candidate.
So and she could have, but she didn't go to the certain black communities too. Remember that
she did. She made a lot of mistakes. She really thought she was entitled. She made a lot of mistakes. But if they would have run a different candidate, I think he would have been beat. But he started picking up so much momentum after a while.
You do realize
ran her and Bernie together, they would have won. She would have won.
I can see that.
Yeah,
right,
but no. Go ahead. It's all right.
All right. Let me see what else we got, man. Oh, man, we're going to stay on some politics right here. Again, my brothers from another mother. Mayor Adams asked for New Yorkers to send photos of subway cops using their phones on the job. Jamie, we have a video for this?
You walk downstairs and you see 5 transit officers standing at the booth looking at their phones. You just can't continue to do that.
Mayor Adams' controversial comments coming after he laid out his fiscal budget. He took questions from the media on how things would be implemented. When asked about fighting crime in the subway, he alleged many officers are simply not doing their jobs and keeping commuters safe.
A number of times, New Yorkers send me pictures. They said, look at these cops. And what's interesting, when I'm out there 2, 3 in the morning, cops come to me. Cops are frustrated. They're saying, listen, we're doing patrol, and there are those who are out there that are just not doing their job.
But then the mayor took it a step further, a call to action for New Yorkers to take photos of officers seemingly slacking off and to send those photos directly to him.
If you see it, send me a picture. Let me know.
Courtesy WPIX. What do you think? Rodney, I'm going to let you go first because you are the former officer in the room, former sergeant. Sorry, Rodney, make sure to give you a title, right? Former NYPD sergeant for those that don't know.
Yeah, just call me Rodney. That's all. It's okay. Now, the thing is, I mean, in previous episodes, I always told you guys, I said, it's too early to tell. I couldn't give my opinion on Mayor Adams because I wanted to give him some time to see if he was going to be real or he was just going to be politics as usual. This is what I've been waiting for. This is politics as usual. Now, the thing is, too, this is him, I get it, trying to appease the public, but at the same time, he's going to lose the cops because the cops have been issued cell phones to now do their job. And they've had cell phones when I was on the job, and that was over 7 years ago.
Explain that, Rodney.
Okay, sure, I will, D. Thank you. Now, the thing is, NYPD has been issued cell phones to keep up with technology and to be able to get things faster. They're able to communicate back to their commands. They're even actually able to receive jobs on the phone. They actually can run a person's name and stuff like that on the phone. They can make phone calls in case there's somewhere where their radio don't work. So the thing is, you could be seeing a cop on the phone and he can be reading a job. Or he could be running someone's name. Or he could be running somebody's license plate. There's a lot of things you can do on those phones. So for him to make that statement, to have these people sending him pictures of cops on their phones, that doesn't make any sense to me because that's part of their job. You gave them the phones.
What's a job, Rodney? You said that 2 times. What is when you say reading a job? What is that?
That's when, like, okay, somebody calls 911 and it comes over, and you're in that area. Like, say you're standing on the corner of 34th Street and 7th Avenue. And then you can go on the phone and see if there's any jobs over there on that time. Somebody could be calling or got robbed, or somebody could be hurt. It could be an accident on the next block, and you're right down the block. So you can see the job come over on your phone.
Got it.
It was done.
Rodney, it's an alert. Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was saying, like, the radios on the cops, like sometimes stuff, I think you and I were talking before, it'd be jammed. That's why it's better to have the phone sometimes because the stuff. Can you explain that to me?
Because the thing is, too, it could be loud somewhere where you're at. All right. The radio may not be working where you at in the subway, but the phone system can, because they put like towers down in the phone in the subway. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, they advance by giving the cops more technology to be able to respond quicker and to be able to be reached quicker from like other, like their command, like the desk or something. You can get a job from the desk. The desk can call you or send them a thing to your phone and say, listen, go check out this job on the end of the railroad track on 34th Street. And you see it, it'll come over and you go handle it.
But my question is, why wouldn't somebody, knowing what you just said, somebody that's in his cabinet before he goes to camera with it, mention that?
Because like I say, it's politics as usual. He knows that the average public does not know that. He knows that. He knows that the average public does not know that. So he's taking advantage by pretending he's going to appease you and he's going to go after these cops because they're on their phone. What you're doing is you're going to start this wave of people taking pictures of cops on the phone, and it can be on the job phone. Now, if you're on your personal phone and you're on Instagram or Facebook, by all means, you're wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. But if you're on a job phone, he's going to get 95% of the pictures are going to be cops on that job phone.
Wow.
So like I said, that's playing politics to me.
Do you think it's his team of people that are not knowledgeable? Or he just kept it? You think it's him? He knew better and he was just trying to play the game of not.
No, the thing is, it's like I said, he knows that the average person in the public does not know that. They're not thinking about that. They're civilians. They're not in the police department or what have you. It's just like with the president and them. They take advantage of people not knowing stuff. It's like when they came out with that report on Trump. They knew that the average person wasn't going to read it. So they said things that weren't true in the report because they know that the report was like 160 pages. Nobody's going to read it. They're just going to go by what the news tells them.
What's Sean to say right there?
Yeah, she said take a photo of cops on phone, but don't record his officers.
Well, he didn't say not to record them.
Yeah, go ahead.
He didn't say not to record them. He said, me and D and actually Chicken Wing had a conversation about this too. He didn't say not to record them. He said record from a distance. And he said if you can't record from a distance, then upgrade your phone. Now, people don't know in the public that you cannot stand on top of the police when they're making an arrest. You can be arrested as a result of that. If I'm locking up Derik and D is trying to film me and Derik pushes me and I trip over D and hit my head on the curve, guess what? Derik and D is going to jail too. He's going to be charged with obstructing government administration and assault on a police officer because he was interfering with an arrest.
Let me ask you this question, Rodney. All right, so let's say a cop has somebody pulled over and the cop is in the car writing them. Can a person come to the car and speak to the driver while the cop is writing them?
If the cop says it's okay, but if he tells you to stay in that car, then you should stay in the car. You got to understand.
A person on the street. If a person on the street says it, like
same thing. If I'm writing a summons, my head is down. I'm focused on writing a summons. You have to let me finish this car stop until I can talk to you because I'm distracted. You know what I mean? I mean, anybody can walk up to me and do anything possibly to me.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, so I mean, I've told people that while I've done car stops and people will come over to him and I said, ma'am, could you do me a favor, or sir, do me a favor? Could you just give me 5 minutes to finish this and then I'll take care of whatever you
No, what I meant, could they address the other driver? Like a relative?
No, they're not, because he's supposed to be watching my back while I'm writing the summons.
No. I'm talking about the person you pulled over.
No, if he tells you to stay in the car until he's finished, then you're supposed to stay.
Because what happened was one time, D, I don't know if you remember one time Pete was on his way to the barber shop and he got pulled over. And well, you probably don't remember that, but one time he was on one of the barbers we know, he was pulled over and I see him and I kind of was like about to go to his window, like, yo, what's going on? But the cops were writing him.
And then you could also be going to his car to pass something to him.
Gotcha. Okay, so you basically
because you got to realize it's really no need for you to get out and come back to the car if you're getting a summons, because he's going to come to you and give you the summons, and then you can say whatever you got to say. Because let me explain something to you that the thing that people misunderstand: you are not going to change whether you're going to get that summons or not by getting out of that car. If he's got his mind set on he's going to write it, he's going to write it.
Yeah, you down for that summons? I hear that. Yeah. Man. You getting that paperwork?
That decision was made when he got your information and he walked away.
Now, Rodney, I want to say this, and this is my thought. This is my theory. And I just always thought this. I think policing in New York changed after 9/11. I think police took a different. Police became celebrities after 9/11 in New York. I see tourists taking pictures with cops.
Firefighters,
I started seeing kind of this heroic. And I think, I used to walk through Times Square and tourists are taking pictures with cops and stuff like that. And I don't know what type of effect that had, but I just noticed it looked like it did do something different to the NYPD. That was my observation. That's what I thought. I'm sure you were probably still on the job at the time. What did you think? What was your thoughts?
I was. I saw that. That was absolutely true. I can't even imagine how many people have pictures of me when I was in Manhattan. Because like you said, people will walk up to you, especially even on them New Year's. People take pictures of you down in Times Square during the ball dropping. You'd be out on details for like concerts, and people are from out of town or whatever, and they want to take the pictures with you. So to me, like 9/11 did revitalize the respect that people had for the police department and the fire department. Well, actually, I don't think that people ever lost the respect for the fire department because they don't do the same job that the police department does.
Right.
But I always knew that it was going to be temporary. Always knew it was going to be temporary. It wasn't going to be long lived, because you got to understand the police department is controlled by political decisions. So you're not truly in control of really how the public perceives you. It's based on politics and the media. So if one guy does one bad thing, it's a reflection on everybody. You know what I mean? So I knew it was only going to be short-lived.
Right.
Yeah, I just realized you just said something that I never realized. Like, you can't really play politics with a burning house. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
you can't.
Yeah. But
can't play politics with a correction officer either. That's why their show's short-staffed, because the public doesn't see them. They're in jails. So they say, hey, we don't have to hire a lot of them, but people want to see police. Politicians. I can't remember which mayor it was that did the layoff for the police officers way back in the day. It was probably like in the 60s or something like that. There was a police department layoff where they laid off the last hired group of people. And history showed that was political suicide for that mayor. And it never happened again. So
I tell you, the one time we didn't like fire department, back in the 60s, when they used to spray us with water hoses. Now everybody like the goddamn fire department. Just let y'all know they used to hate black folks. So let's keep it a buck.
You got a point there too.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
D is always gonna find a way.
Racism. Always thinking about the racism.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it doesn't take a day off.
It doesn't take a day off. What they need in the subway is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, for those everybody saw last week. Fuck this dude up on site. Mike Tyson was on a jet
definition of on site,
going from San Francisco to Florida, and Mike Tyson was sitting in his seat. He took a picture with the guy, and the guy's supposed to be some kind of Instagram or somebody, and try to play Mike Tyson. You playing with fire, and the fire burned his ass. Do we got a video for that, Jamie?
Now, according to TMZ, the incident went down around 10:30 last night as Mike Tyson was slated to fly out of San Francisco International Airport to Florida. A witness on the JetBlue flight says Tyson repeatedly punched a guy in the face after getting annoyed by him.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back.
The witness said at first Tyson took a selfie with the guy and kept his cool as the man's friend tried to talk to him. But once he had had enough of it, he asked the man to stop. And when the guy didn't, that's when Tyson reportedly started to throw several punches at the man's face before walking off the plane. Now, a photo obtained by TMZ shows the passenger's bloodied forehead. He reportedly received medical attention and went over what happened with the police.
Yo, the face, man. The face.
They didn't say nothing. That guy was drunk, too, they said. The guy was drunk. You had to be drunk.
Yeah. He was fucked up, bro. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Right. Do you think when Mike was punching him, he was saying, give me your fucking ear. Give me your fucking ear. Give me your ear so I can fight it.
He's lucky that the motherfucking Mike didn't have enough room
That's
really
the cock back, exactly.
I mean, you know, anybody with sense, I mean, any sense knows you don't play with boxers. Period. They don't even have to be a heavyweight boxer. You just don't play with a boxer with their precision punching. With they can kill you with their hands.
Exactly. So he threw a water bottle. You're right, Shauna.
Oh, he threw a water bottle at him.
Yeah, he threw a water bottle at Mike. Go ahead. What you said, Kelvin?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you have some dudes like Rodney said he was an influencer or whatever the case is. In other words, some people love this attention. They love this spotlight. They love this. And you can't treat people like they're in a zoo, like they're some type of circus animal or something. And that's what they do when they see certain people want that. And they want that attention. You cannot antagonize. First of all, you shouldn't antagonize any grown person or any person in particular, but then an actual boxer. And so Mike Tyson for years has been known to be unhinged and all the things that people always thought about him. The man has exercised as much civility as he can. And then to have something like this happens, you poking a bear, and he got what you get when you poke a bear, and he had to learn.
Yeah, but it's even levels to that though, Kelvin. It's like there's boxers and then there's Mike Tyson, bro. There's around, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Good point, Derek. Good point.
Good point. You thinking it was going to end any other kind?
Right.
You know? So yeah, I mean, this is just going around. There's just a marked lack of respect and common sense that's happening right now, and I completely blame it on this social media phenomenon where people can just post and say whatever they feel like and with no repercussions, no sense of respect, no sense of understanding. Don't have to it, you know what I mean? And they get loose, and now you know they're doing stuff for clout. This is how you chase clout, you know what I mean? Get your ass whooped, you know, and by Mike Tyson. You know, so come on, man. I mean, it could have ended in any kind of way. And I pray he does not get to sue or a suit does not come forward because he just needed to get that ass whooping. Just for the greater good, bro. That should have happened just for the greater good.
I'm sure some lawyer will want to try to represent him and try to get something. But Mike Tyson, you think what?
I think it's going to cost Mike a couple of dollars.
I got a feeling he looks like the victim in this, and I think it's going to be like a self-defense thing. And I think Shauna just said he got hit with a bottle. I think it's going to be now. I'll say this, Rodney. If this was 10, 15 years ago, I think the guy gets paid. Yeah. I think in light of what's happening with these entertainers being approached by the public and being like kind of tormented and things by the public, I don't think he's going to win this because I think it set a bad precedent. For a judge to award this guy some money, and I think Tyson's team is probably going to countersue. Yeah. I don't think he's going to be paid though.
The reason why I'm saying it, Mike might have to give up a couple of dollars, is because I saw a thing on the news where they were saying that this could have been avoided if Mike Tyson maybe had called the stewardess and said, "Can this gentleman be moved to another seat because he's bothering me? And you do know I'm Mike Tyson and I knock motherfuckers out." So the thing is, I kind of feel like that's the angle that they're getting ready to go with, where they said this could have been avoided if Mike had maybe just called the stewardess. The guy was being a jerk. Now don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Mike Tyson whipped the guy's ass. I'm totally on board. But the thing is, when you see a guy with money like that, people start to see dollars and opportunity. That's my point.
But I'm saying because he was the person that actually started it. I mean, he was the person that made contact first. Mm-hmm. He threw an object and he was inebriated. I don't think in this case he's going to have a leg to stand on.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, Mike shouldn't even been there. What, don't they have a first class or something on that?
That's what first class. That was JetBlue Mint. He was
that was first class.
In first class with JetBlue.
Did you say JetBlue? What?
It's called Mint.
Like peppermint?
Yeah, I think it's Mint. Yeah,
they're doing too much. I never knew JetBlue had.
Yeah, no. When you go to California,
I
flew in that seat because is it only mostly for the San Francisco to the East Coast flights that you catch that plane on.
Showing us why the preface video should show the dude was antagonizing him. You know,
the fact that there was a video and he's with the guy that's a friend of his, you can see what this was about. It was a setup. I hope we don't get a dime.
No, I hope we don't get no money neither. But I kind of feel that that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to get some dollars and cents out of Mike, pretty much.
Yeah, this clout chasing shit is crazy.
Well, I'll put it like this: if he was going to have to pay, then he should have went all the way. Then
He should have went around the seats and really got in the seat with him.
If I'm gonna have to pay, then I go around and get you that combination, that Kevin Rooney.
Kelvin, what you always say? You got to get that work.
They're trying to set Mike up, but that's the worst person to try to play around with, though, bro.
Yeah.
The one time the man had licensed hands that was murder weapons. Like, dude, we seen him knock dudes unconscious. Like, what you want to mess with? I'm picking on like throw a bum name up there. Let's think of a bum.
Wait, boxing?
Yeah,
ain't no bum. Listen,
I know.
Ain't no bum pro boxers.
You just saying think of a smaller dude.
Yeah,
Jamie said Mitch Green. Mitch Green still hit hard.
Nah, Mitch Green will kill you, bro. He'll separate you from your senses.
Especially if he was on that coke, he'll kill you.
Mitch Green. But let me hold on. Damn, my damn phone. I lost my screen. Hold on. There we go. Some more cloud chasing was going on in the last couple of weeks. This happened yesterday. Matter of fact, Dave Chappelle was tacked on stage during the stand-up at the GMA Awards. Oh, do we have a video? We only got the picture, Jamie?
Good morning, George. Dave Chappelle has been known to stir up controversy, but this chaotic scene was not meant to be a part of his show. Walking into the Hollywood Bowl last night, you were supposed to check your cell phone, but of course, some made it in and captured this shocking attack on Dave Chappelle.
History.
Overnight, superstar comedian Dave Chappelle tackled on stage in the middle of a performance at the Hollywood Bowl.
On Highland Avenue at the Hollywood Bowl, suspect was armed with a gun and a knife, standby for additional.
Subject stood no black, 85 years, wearing a black hat, blue flannel, gray pants.
History.
According to the LAPD, the assailant, who was in the audience, carried a knife that looked like a gun, climbed onto the stage and attacked Chappelle in the middle of his set. The man then ran behind a screen on stage. Chappelle reported to the audience the man was being stomped. The suspect was immediately detained by the venue's security team and later taken to the hospital with superficial injuries. ABC News has learned Chris Rock, who performed earlier in the night, came back on stage with Chappelle moments after the attack and joked, "Was that Will Smith?" referencing the infamous slap he received from the movie star on Oscar night. Chappelle and Rock were performing in the comedy showcase Netflix is a Joke, the festival. Chappelle was able to continue with the show without injury.
That was funny, saying that was Will Smith. And then also people that had Dave Chappelle said, I thought it was a trans man attacking me.
He said because the way his head felt, it felt
spongy.
Short dude up though. Yeah, I heard they stomped him out, man.
They didn't show that part, but when they caught him over there in the corner of the stage, they put that work in on his ass.
Yeah. Please go on social media and find. You can see his pictures. His arm was messed up. That dude got beat.
But you know what? I mean, you think about it now. Many of us remember when John Lennon was killed. We remember when Monica Seles was stabbed. Like it's a serious thing when somebody's performing. They go up there, they're vulnerable. You know, and to blindside this man like that, you know, he could have came up there and stabbed the man in the chest. Anything would he didn't see it coming. The security's got to do better. Like they're gonna set a new precedent where you're gonna probably have most of these entertainers in their rider now are gonna probably request armed security at the foot of stages. That's just the bottom line. They're just gonna need it. It's just too much access to entertainers. You know, you just can't do that when somebody's out in the public.
John Lennon wasn't killed on the stage.
No, he wasn't killed on stage. I'm talking about as far as just the fanaticism. So you remember, you know what I'm saying? When somebody, in other words, he's killed because of who he was, though.
Yeah.
Sean says again, another clout chaser. Someone said he's a YouTuber.
Yeah,
he had a rapper.
Yeah, he had an album, a song named after called Dave Chappelle.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's why I don't have an at on my name. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't give me no respect for that.
You can't have no at in jail.
Hey, what's up, Damien? What's going on, brother?
Damien, you're going to want to hold on for this show. We're going to talk about some hip-hop later.
No doubt. Kelvin, you make a good point, though, man. It's like, you know, all that stuff. We've seen this before where people attacking celebrities. You know what I mean? This didn't just start happening. You know what I mean? And now the fact that this guy, again, going back to social media, going back to clout chasing, you know, we could probably expect to see more of this. And whatever contribution that came from Will Smith, maybe there was some inspiration there, as we say, obviously. Because let's be honest, that was pretty much the first thing anybody thought about. You know what I mean? Once you heard about it, you know. So So it's not out of the question. That
and Derik, he gets a knife in the venue that looks like a gun. They check the bones, but you get a weapon in there.
Let's get there now. Let's go there. You know what I mean? How does that happen? You know? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And the dude, like Dave Chappelle, the dude must have been weak because I don't know if y'all have been around Dave Chappelle, and I was with Rudy Rush. We was out in Vegas, and Dave Chappelle. Dave ain't a small dude anymore. Dave put on some muscle weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why dude hit off Dave, and Dave just kind of like brushed.
Hey man, you got a man strength. Yeah, you got a man strength these days, right? Back in the day, we all 50, 40, 50, you know.
Yeah, back in the day, Dave would have fell to the ground, but Dave's kind of swole now, man.
Yeah.
Damn. But
I'm glad it's all right because that could have went even worse, man.
We gotta protect our icons like him, man. Definitely. We need Dave Chappelle because he bring a lot of lights and stuff. I know a lot of people don't like him with the stuff he say. Truth hurts. The truth hurts, and he just put it with a little different.
Well, I'll say this. We are planning eventually to do a show together in the same room, and I gotta admit, I've been around you guys. I feel we good. I feel.
I wish a motherfucker would.
Right. I feel we pretty good though up front. You know what I'm saying? We run that 4-3 defense over here.
And let me put it to people. In this group, I am the smallest one in the group. Everybody's taller than me. So let people know, don't run.
Yeah,
don't
I
run
think
up
we
on
could.
us. Don't run up on us.
I think stick to the email complaints on this side.
Don't run up on us. And we got a bodyguard from the corner social, and she ain't no joke.
That's right. And my man Rod gonna have his bang bang with him. No.
Oh man! Listen, I hope this don't happen to me because I'm about to get my BBL. A botched BBL black woman undergoes plastic surgery in Dominican Republic that turns deadly. Jamie, you got a video for this? I didn't even see this one.
With a heavy heart, Sheree Terry reflects on the life of her twin sister.
And she went to go get her body done in a DR, and she never made it back.
Sha'Carri Terry was a mother to a 2-year-old and the proud owner of the Mini Blessings in Paradise daycare on the city's east side before going to the Dominican Republic.
And me and my sister had the type of relationship where we could get into it 1 minute, and then right after that we'll be back friends and talk. And so I knew someone right. I felt it in my heart. And I've been just trying to get help.
This wasn't Sha'Carri's first surgery this year. She posted on her Facebook back in February that she got surgery. Her family says it was a gastric sleeve surgery that she got in Mexico. Just a few months later, on April 11th, her family says Sha'Carri went with her friend Carlisha Williams to the Dominican Republic.
So she definitely was healthy. Everything went wrong. It happened there.
They both had surgery for a Brazilian butt lift and a tummy tuck. They say the surgery was performed by Dr. Jose DeSena, seen here before the surgery.
But after she called me Thursday night, she just wasn't right.
The second day into recovery, which was Friday, the 15th, Sha'Carri I was moving around a lot more. And Sha'Carri, I was still in pain, but I was moving around. Sha'Carri wasn't really moving around. She wasn't doing nothing. She would lay in bed. I would go in there and try to get her out the bed, try to get her to come downstairs and eat with me, and she just wasn't responding well.
Carlisha says Sha'Carri was moved from their recovery house and admitted to a clinic in Santiago.
When we go in there and I see Sha'Carri, I almost fell out. Like literally, like she was on all these machines. She was unresponsive. And she wasn't talking, wasn't alert, eyes closed. She's unresponsive.
Carlisha Williams was told that Sha'Carri was okay. Her kidneys were doing well and her body needed rest. Carlisha says Dr. DeSena said she was only sedated.
So I'm like, so if you unhook that, she'll be able to breathe and stuff like that on her. He was like, oh, yeah, she's perfectly fine. Like, her body just needs rest.
Carlisha says she went back to see Sha'Carri the next day and a different doctor was there. According to Carlisha, that doctor told her Sha'Carri was having a hard time breathing on her own. But 20 minutes later, she says Dr. DeSena came in and told her Sha'Carri was getting better and just needed dialysis.
I reach out to the mother and, I'm telling them what's going on, but I'm trying not to scare them. But at this point, I want to scream, like, get down here, like. When
Sha'Carri's mom arrived about a week after the surgery, Carlisha says the doctors continued to say that Sha'Carri just needed rest and they were told to leave. Carlisha was set to come back to Indiana the next day.
Her mother's talking to her. Her mother, basically, she tells me, like, Carlisha, I don't believe my daughter is alive. She was like, I know my daughter isn't alive. Why won't they tell me?
By the time she got to Indiana, Carlisha said that she was notified that Sha'Carri had passed away.
Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for the loss of that lady right there, man. Damn.
Let me say this. This is very, very, and I want to be very careful with what I say and how I say it, because again, as we said with the abortion stuff, people have a right to do what they want with their bodies. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Read that last one, Derik. What was that?
Yeah, she said. Shauna says, "Got to stop being cheap and get your surgical procedures stateside." Yeah, hey, man, I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think now this is accelerated. I think you guys remember in the 80s when it was like this really silly, the breast implants were kind of the first thing and everybody couldn't afford them. And then there was leaking. I think it was, what was it, saline or something like that?
Yeah, saline.
Yeah, and things like that. And so I think now, because it's become more commonplace, and you see the advertisements, people are talking about going to Brazil, they going to these other countries and things. But I think the bigger issue may be, and people have a right to do what they want with their bodies, but the question is, we need to figure out why this is so accelerated now, that from children in junior high school that are talking about, when I get to high school, I'm going to have this work done. Somewhere along the line, I just think there needs to be a great conversation about it. I think people need to be more informed before they make some of these choices, because this has become such a fad. And it's become, when you take elective surgery and then you're burying somebody because of that, that's just frightening. You know what I mean? This woman's whole life was in front of her, and now to be dead because of, aesthetics or because of the way you look, that's just frightening. It's heart-wrenching, and I don't have the right to say a person shouldn't do it, obviously. But I hope people don't feel that they have to do this. I hope there's not something inside that makes a person say, if I don't look a certain way, then I'm not content with how I am, or things like that. So I think that's the frightening part of it.
Because Kelvin, we've been dealing with issues around standards of beauty, especially for women, for at least since we were young. You know what I mean? Right. So this is something that we've always dealt with. Looking at television, looking in magazines, what is the standard of beauty? What is the thing that you need to aspire to? And I think it's only accelerated since the internet, the internet and social media age.
We bring those back, some of those.
Yeah, Dina said at home workouts works every time. Yeah, if you have the wherewithal to do it. Yeah, it is sad, Monique.
I bring those Sophia's.
Yeah, she said the doctor should not have okayed her to have a second surgery in weeks. Second major surgery.
But then she didn't disclose that, right? Wasn't that the issue that she told the doctor?
That's the issue.
Sophia, she actually told the doctors asked her that, and she hid the fact that she had the initial surgery.
Dina says these doctors are money hungry. They have no clue what they're doing. Women see these booty models and they think it's cute. It's not. Look what happened to K. Michelle. She almost died. Yeah.
We got to understand something, right? When you have to leave the country to go have a surgery, something's wrong with that. You don't go to like a kind of like a third world country to have surgery. We got some of the best plastic surgeons in the world here in the United States. Now, I do understand what's going on here. You got people that they want to pay cheaper, as somebody made in the comments, for a surgery. That doesn't mean it's better. And some of these doctors in these other countries, they're in these countries because they didn't complete medical school, or they lost their licenses. A lot of different factors there.
And some people are not licensed at all.
Correct.
Some of these motherfuckers are Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Like you're going by the recommendation of your friend who went down there, and she says she paid $3,000 and maybe it's $7,000 here. And you're going to go down there because it's $3,000, but you're not realizing you're putting your life on the line.
Right. Don't roll the dice with your health.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they leave because it's denied here. Doctors leave their countries to come be doctors in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of people from third world countries. Everybody I know, when they get here, they was an astrophysicist in their own country. And now here they janitor. Everybody, the standards are there. Every single person. But I don't care if somebody is sweeping the street. In my country, I was a scientist. So there's some different standards that's going on. And again, like I said, it's the same thing. You have to ask yourself why I need this, because it becomes addictive.
Yes, I don't know if Monique. I think Monique said it, and I agree with it. That social media plays a big role in what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people just want to take pictures with these filters. Yeah, it was Monique.
Yeah,
Shauna. I'm sorry, Shauna.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shauna. But man, it's like it's a sad story. No, it's very sad that somebody that young could lose their life over something like this. This is very sad. Very sad.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit also that like somebody said, I think it was Shauna, I thought it's all come up. Like they got denied here. Like if you got denied surgery here, they go. That's what happened to Kanye West mom. She got denied, and then she went to some quack ass motherfucking guy.
But there's a reason.
There's a reason you got denied. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, they denied the mother of a multimillionaire. You know, don't circumvent the system. You know. Now, to be honest with you, though, and I think the bigger issue, as maybe Derik alluded to, as far as the social media, what do you do when? And I know at least Rodney has raised girls. I've raised girls with my nieces. What do you do when somebody's esteem leads them to the point where they don't like how they look? Because I don't know if a person feels trapped.
That could go for boys or girls. Boys or girls.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I mean, I remember back in the day, the thing was bulimia, right? It was like this eating and then throwing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Regurgitating everything. That was a big issue for a while. And I mean, it really got into it because we went through this phase with the anorexia. Yeah. And literally the girl could be her skeleton. I'm sorry, the person's skeleton can be shown, and they see a person that's grossly overweight when they look in the mirror. So it's a psychological thing.
Little Kim,
Yeah. D, you're not going to DR to have your surgery, right?
Nah. I'll be right in Long Island, right there out there with you guys, all that money.
But you know what I want to ask? I always want to ask. Michael Jackson.
Before you go there.
She said, "Why is this story making me think about Rod and his family cutting corners and ending up at Howard Johnson's?"
I always wonder did Michael Jackson and Lil' Kim and some of the other people just really look in the mirror one day and say, I really just wish I didn't take this route. I mean, it's just, Lil' Kim looks like somebody else.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. I wonder if she, I don't know. I'm sure she'd never admit it publicly. And I wonder if she just looks in the mirror and is like, why did I do it to myself?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes when you're in those positions, you have people around you that just tell you everything you want to hear all the time too. So I think that plays a role in it. So if you're working for Little Kim, you tell her she looks amazing. She's doing the right thing.
And see, and now guys are getting abs implanted and stuff like that. The shortcut is the new thing. I see. The shortcut is the new thing.
I told a guy that I know who's a personal trainer. I said, I'd be honest with you. If I was you, I'd be a little nervous with being in that business, considering all the stuff that's going around. Everybody wants the quick fix. Nobody wants to, exercise and diet for 6-7 months. They don't want to do that anymore. They want that quick fix. They want to get on Instagram right away.
Also for that butt though, the butts they want though is different though, man. They say the butt they want a little big, and then the tits. Like I understand women like you want to get the breast lift, but some of them want to get extra big tits. Some of the women are getting their coochies lips fixed, all kind of stuff. So
you got the coochie flipped?
Yeah, they flipping the coochie. Flip it.
No, they turn it the other way around.
Sophia said, but look at all the prep D has to do before the surgery. Sadly, he go to third world country.
Yeah, D, you be eating a Snickers right now.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's why I love Sophia, man. Shout out to Sophia, man. She feel my pain.
And what he said, sometimes it starts at home. That's why I always told my daughters they were gorgeous. That's right.
Yeah.
But Martin Lawrence said it the best. Take the Twinkies out your pocket. That's just it. Somewhere along the line, you're going to have that discipline. You don't have to get it.
Yeah, David says also if you want to maintain the look, competing against younger and more attractive people, the surgery to keep up instead of aging gracefully.
That's the problem right there. Yeah. You can't get younger. You can't. You can try to look younger, but you're just not younger. That's it. Celebrate. Right. Somebody said it the best. Celebrate the season you're in.
You look 25 to 25, show up. Dina says D has tips. He's thinking about rib tips.
Nah, bro, I want to go to this surgery. I want to go to these goddamn pills, especially after COVID, man. So, but I feel bad for these sisters that losing their lives because of this.
Okay, Shauna.
Go ahead, Shauna. What's Shauna saying?
Yeah, she said she had the weight loss surgery because I didn't want to die, but it's not a shortcut. The struggle is real. Okay,
that is very true. It's very, very hard for the weight loss stuff. It's very, very hard. What Darian said there?
Darian said instead of coochie flip, maybe just coochie wash surgery.
Wow.
Scroll.
Give Damien the scroll.
Damien got to get a scroll. Damien got to get an honorary scroll. He got to get it.
Is that really a thing? Like they really flip the coochie?
Yes. Eddie Murphy's wife made it public one time. They do the coochie over. They do all kind of shit with the coochie now. Blinking the coochie. Man. All kind of shit. Some of these women need to dish the coochie, but.
Wow.
Rodney, I blame you, Rod. No, Rodney, I blame you because you gave D a follow-up question. I blame you, Rodney. You know not to give D the follow-up question.
Here comes there it goes.
Oh man, come on, Jamie. Come on.
No, that gotta be Joey. Rod gotta be in on that because Rod said
right in on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna be word up.
He alley-ooped that one too.
Yeah, word up, man. Please don't cancel me.
Hey, Tanya, thanks a lot. She said, I like the show. Guy Melvin told me about it. Thanks a lot.
No, shout out to Melvin.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You supposed to be family now.
They calling for the scroll. Now you know it's bad. Referee flag.
Well, I think about to jump Derik.
I'm telling you, I see it coming.
White man from town.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but any more comments, Jam? We got any more comments, Jam? Did we get to all the comments? I'm gonna make sure we got to all the comments.
Roddick, Chris Paul, Lob City.
Word, man, throwing it up for me, man. Come on, Brian, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah. Because you know why, D? You haven't had a scroll in a while. You're really overdue, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Man,
you're overdue.
That's true. We kind of behind so far this year.
No, but D, all jokes aside, they really flip the pussy?
Yes, bro.
Oh,
they do?
They make the
Jamie, come on. Jamie, no, Jamie. Yo, Derik, you got to cross the aisle on this one. Derik, you got to cross the aisle. We gotta get it. You gotta
That's my man.
You see what happened, D? That goes to show you that I'm not one way. I told you I'm gonna come with you, man.
That's right. Come on the dark side, man. Come on the dark side. Nah, they really do, man. Because some of the women lips a little longer. Women, y'all can chime in on this. Y'all know it better than me. I just happen to watch a lot of weird pages. But they make the lips, they have longer lips after having babies and stuff like that. They get a little stretched out, so they get them tightened up.
She said, yeah, they tighten it up. Yeah.
So what they do, they turn a screw and they tighten it like?
They tighten it up.
They going for the record tonight. They going for the collab tonight.
No, I never thought that was real. I didn't think it was real. I knew nothing about that. You know?
Yeah, man. They get the. I'm gonna see if I get Dr. Nicole. Try to get her to come back. Talk about that, man.
Oh yeah.
They get the lips right.
Maybe she could do a demonstration on the show.
That'd be kind of good.
I didn't say that. I just said maybe she could do a demonstration.
You do the injections in the lips here and tighten up the ones down there.
Yeah.
So just get it warmed up because you already
when they tighten it, do they use like needle and thread, or they just like what do they do?
Yo, give Derik a scroll because he with him.
Oh man!
Jamie, got any more comments, Jamie? Before we go to commercial, we can make sure everybody get their word in on this topic, man. Any more?
I gotta go meet with the advertisers now. So
from that jail cell, goddamn! You look like you about to go vote, like you're in a voting booth or something.
Oh shit! Yo, D, kill those roaches on the wall, will you, please?
I know, man. What do you say right there? What Dina saying?
Kelvin say, Kelvin, you want to be a sex symbol? You better take notes, my brother. That's what Dina said.
They're telling you need to get surgery too, Kelvin.
Okay, but he says we have a bag center just opened up down here. It's not surgery. Okay.
Oh wow.
It's not surgery. Okay. Yeah, really, right. Get that. He already got his scroll. He got one. He got one already. Yeah.
Got it.
Kevin looked like he's in a porta potty.
Oh, I like that.
Y'all get me foul.
Gucci boost, yeah.
Oh man. No, I'm sorry. Audience get a scroll. Scroll the audience. I'm sorry.
Yo, can I really reveal what I was envisioning when he said flip the coochie?
What's that?
Like you would see the coochie and it would be upside down, like the clit would be on the bottom, and then the other thing would be like
that.
That it's bad when D calling for this scroll.
If somebody beat me on the scroll, that's a bad night, boy. Scroll, please.
Jamie, come on, man.
Oh man.
All right, Jamie, take us to commercial, man. Before I float away all this liquid diet.
I got me coughing over here, man. Come on.
I'm about to float away all this liquid diet.
I'm Dawn Kelly, daughter of Joan Kelly, granddaughter of Margaret Ackerman, and founder and CEO of the Nourish Spot. I'm a native New Yorker, born in Harlem and raised in Queens. The community connects to the Nourish Spot through a number of ways, one of which is through my family's 60 years of long-standing roots in this community. My grandfather purchased the first home in our family here in Jamaica. We connect to the community through our employees. We have a number of young black and brown men and women that mask up and glove up to come to work every day so that we can assemble customized fruits and vegetables into what customers want. And so I'm really happy that we have such a great team, and I thank them every day for their dedication and fortitude. COVID-19 has caused a lot of small businesses like myself to close. And so we're very happy that what we've been able to do is pivot. And so instead of allowing individuals to walk into our store, we have set up a QR code, we've set up a curbside pickup, and we have a heavier reliance on our food delivery service at partners. So in my opinion, resilience means, taking challenges by the horn, if you will, and kind of wrangling them and navigating them in order to continue, in our case, serving the community. The Nourish Spot is all in Queens.
Oh, this guy here.
I'm not taking this abuse no more. I am not taking this abuse no more.
Right here, man.
I'm not having it no more.
Oh my God.
I'm folding up my set.
That was funny, man. He just made parole. He just got paroled out of jail.
Yeah. Let him come home.
He just made bail and shit.
Oh man,
this guy.
You got this hope behind you, man. What's going on with that behind your head?
Unbelievable.
Hilarious.
Now he back in the projects with the lamp or with the shade off again.
Right.
Back in the dining room.
Back in the dining room.
Yo, shout out to Dawn Kelly, man. She's got one of to get Tom Suzo. I hope I'm not pronouncing the man's name. By next week I'll have it right. If anybody else knows the name, shout out to Dawn. She's working on this campaign, having hard for us. Wanted to have more, so we're gonna definitely talk to the man. Jamie, before we go to the next segment, can you please bring up some of the comments we said? A couple of comments before we went to break. Sorry about that.
Dina said, "Rod, I love you, bro, but your scroll is on the way." He's getting it, man.
He's
got
there.
another one coming.
He's up
two.
Yeah,
He's two up. We going for the trifecta before it's over.
man. We're a hat trick.
Yo, thanks for the love, though. Thanks for the love.
Yeah, Rodney's a wild boy, JD. Rodney is wild. Absolutely wild boy.
Yeah. Word up. What else? We got another one?
Oh, Sophia says, now you have a roach behind your head. Kelvin.
Kelvin. Down my roaches. Leave out there, roaches. There you go. Oh, man. My producer better give me a goddamn camera. You don't see these damn roaches again next week.
Well, he going to have to send out 2 cameras if he send you a camera. Because in my contract, I'm supposed to have the best camera.
Crazy.
And would you say, Derek used to say your ice supposed to be colder than everybody else's?
That's right. My ice has got to be.
You got to see what these guys have in their rider, boy.
We got to find out.
Oh, man.
We had a light-skinned lawyer.
That's right.
Hey, bro, let me ask you guys a question. What's all up?
D said D got eyelashes.
Eyelashes on.
Oh, do like women eyelashes in the back. That's another thing chicks are getting. They got to slow down on that lip of the eyelashes.
They're getting bigger. They're getting bigger.
Oh, they're getting ridiculous.
Okay, so what we got to do is find out the objective. Is this a personal thing, or is it to for the way you look toward the world or toward men? That's the question. Because if it is, men don't need all that. If it's just so you like it or you like, in other words, the part that you come with, I don't care if you was a bag lady. There's some man out there that's feeling you. That's just what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I'm starting to see white girls wear eyelashes now too.
Oh, they've been doing it,
yeah.
And they get the extensions. They're doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's true too. I've seen them with extensions.
But I don't really see the thing with the eyelash. I don't know why it's a big deal. Like the regular eyelash is cool with me. I don't know why.
Ain't no for women that think the eyelash supposed to get men. Ain't no man said, "Damn, bro, I'm gonna kick it. Look at her eyelash." I got
right. It's become like this regular accessory now. I don't get it.
I can understand the ass, the hips, the tits, coochie lips.
Here it comes.
The eyelash. No,
because you beat him. He's behind now.
Yeah,
we only got.
Man, I almost spit on my computer, man.
Well, the thing is, I took some pressure off him because I know he's hungry and shit.
Right. I got
hungry
you.
Motherfucker right
now. Yeah. I'm still trying to get over this coochie flip, you know.
Have you guys ever noticed when you're trying to lose some weight, even when y'all guys know the certain, it's all the food commercials come on?
Yeah.
Everything you want. Everything come on. Bro, I was about to go to Church's Chicken. That's how bad it got.
That means you're going to take a long drive because there's none in New York.
You know what somebody said, though? I heard this person say, this lady said this one day. She said, nothing tastes as good as looking good feels.
Nothing tastes good. Deep.
Okay.
Deep. I get you right. I don't know that one. Argument on that one.
I'm still trying to figure that shit out. Nothing tastes good as much as
nothing tastes as good as looking good feels.
Oh, it's looking good feels. Okay, I got you.
You gotta follow the law.
All right, now, okay, now I got it.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah. Put down a potato salad.
Yo,
yeah.
You think you slick, Kelvin?
What?
You got an endorsement with that water. That's why you keep bringing that freaking water bottle up. Jamie, he didn't get permission to do that endorsement.
Check it out. She ain't lied, Kelvin. That's right.
Oh no, they got a new picture. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
She's on her diet game too, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I went through this thing like last year. I was good with like the sweets. I was like no chocolate, nothing. I gave it up. This year, when they say that sugar is a narcotic, they right. I literally got back into the Reese's Buttercup and all stuff like that. I was fiending after that. I literally had to take a week where I didn't touch it, and I'm telling you, it was touch and go. I had to get a sponsor. I had to go to the meetings, everything. I didn't touch it, and then it's like slowly started dissipating. But if I get a little bit of it, then it's like, I just, and that's it.
It's the first addiction, bro. It's the first addiction. Yep.
Everyone here, I guarantee you, is addicted to sugar. Yes. I guarantee you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like one of those things.
One of us is addicted to sugar.
And you don't even realize the stuff that sugar is in.
Correct. It's even in pizza. People use salt. If you go get which one is that? Papa John's. That shit got candy in it. It's too sweet.
Right. Right, you literally have to do like a drug dealer. A drug addict. You got to cold turkey. I literally stopped because I went and started the Hershey's Kisses. I started just like, and I was like, no, I got to chill because there's no future in it. The sugar, just empty calories are a beast. Yeah. And what happens is I tell people, you come out that shower, that mirror tell on you. That mirror, you thought it was over. You thought you got away with it. But I can't run it.
You can hide stuff.
Man, listen, I'm telling you.
Dressing it up. But
listen.
Sugar is worse than heroin and crack, and it's everything. Absolutely.
That's the truth.
Thing there is, man.
That's the truth.
Damien says if you want to lose weight, just eat White Castle. Everything coming out in the porta
It don't do that to me no more, though. It doesn't do that.
Me either, right?
I they changed the onions. That's what it was. They said it was the dehydrated onions. Yo, I remember I got so big one time that just like Kelvin said, coming out the shower. I was coming out the shower. I walked past the mirror across from my bed, and I thought somebody else was in the house. No, I'm sure. I didn't recognize myself.
was gun out on
I was like, what the fuck? Who is that? I said, oh shit, that's me. You look horrible. Yo, I thought somebody else was in the house, man. I was like,
man, I'm telling you, I know.
He ain't got no clothes on.
Oh man! Any more comments you bringing up, Jamie? Before I move on.
Yeah, he said.
What else? What we got?
Yeah, I guess that's it then. Maybe.
That's it. No comments.
He said, "Let's go.
Let's go to hip hop already. That's what we doing already this early, Jamie. Okay.
No, we got. It's about right. He's about right.
Right. Okay. We skipped a couple of things. Okay. I thought we were going to do a couple of times. Okay. Twitter reacts to Joe Budden on a top 50 greatest rappers of all time list. I know our good brother Damien's gonna chime in on this one, boy. I went to conversation. Joe Budden, he's good. I think he's better. I'd rather listen to Joe Budden than Tupac. But
well, that's true too. But there's not much of Joe Budden you can listen to.
No, he only about 4 minutes.
I want to hear Damien's comment. I'm waiting for it. I want to hear what he's going to say.
Damien, what do you think about Joe Budden's on there, Damien? Come on, talk to us, man.
My concern with Joe Budden was just how high up on the list he was. They had him at number 3.
But can you name 3? Can you name 3 hits he has?
No, he only has 1.
Listen.
Well, that's the issue, I think.
Joe Budden on the list was ahead of Tupac, Biggie, and Rakim.
Wait, the list was in order?
Yes.
Can Jamie put the list in the middle of it? Jamie, you can put the list in the middle of it?
Top 3.
Yeah. Can you put it in the middle of the screen? Can you do that, Jamie, so people can see what we're talking about?
Yes. If we can get it together.
Yes, he said yes. So
this is my opinion on Joe Budden's being on the top 50 list at all. Joe Budden's basically I think he had 1 hit, was Pump It Up, and which is still popping today. You play it at a party, and it is still pop. Yes, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But wait, number 3.
Number 3, Joe created that list. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Shorter. This Slaughterhouse stuff is good, but that group cuts.
Correct.
And I'll be honest, to be fair, do you think this is a fair point, Rod? Pump It Up is made because of the beat.
Correct.
Like, it's not like lyrically, you just like.
You notice.
But that's a ride. I'm not going to take nothing from Pump It Up. That's a ride.
You're right. I mean, realistically, Just Blaze made it. Just Blaze made it. Jay-Z passed on it. Then when Joe Budden got it, then Jay-Z came back and did it. But it was for Jay-Z. Jay-Z passed on it. Or Just Blaze made it and Jay-Z passed on it.
Jay-Z does that a lot. He'll let a song get hot and then he'll come jump on it so he can stay relevant. 50 Cent used to do that too. The thing is, Joe Budden's was Pump It Up, and you're right, the beat was what made the song. And if you notice, he had a few past songs where he tried to copy that same beat a little bit. It was very familiar. I think he joined a super group with Slaughterhouse. That was one thing. And the other thing I remember about Joe Budden's is that he walked off the stage doing a battle, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
So Joe Budden's made more money and was more successful as a blogger than he ever was a rapper.
Yeah, Rodney. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's more relevant in that case.
Podcasting, blogging. Yeah. That was Joe Budden's success. It definitely was not rapping.
No, I agree. He's more of a personality at this point.
He just seems like an antagonist. That seems like to be his thing.
Yeah, he's made himself relevant in that way.
He was on the radio for a little while. I think he did the morning show too one time.
If you wanted to, just off Pump It Up, if you wanted to argue that he was a top 50 rapper, you know what I'm saying? okay, you can maybe make the argument.
Damn, goddamn, you know we can't see.
Look at this, man. Look at this ass list, bro.
I can't barely see that.
I can't even see it.
All right, so look, number one, Jay-Z. Number 1, Jay-Z. 2, Nas. 3, Joe Budden. 4, Styles P. 5, Black Thought. 6, Fabulous. 7, Jadakiss. 8, Biggie. 9, Ghostface. 10, Kendrick. 11, Beanie Siegel. 12, Rakim. 13, Pusha T. 14, Redman. 15, Tupac. 16, Scarface. 17, Andre 3000.
Andre 3000, come on, son.
18, Common. 19, J. Cole. 20, Lupe Fiasco. 21, Royce. 22, DMX. 23, Drake. 24, T.I. 25, Raekwon. Let me see. 26, Twista. 27, Method Man. 28, Eminem. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there.
Yeah, just stop.
I'm gonna stop right there.
It was amazing that you could see that shit.
No, I enlarged it, Rod. What I'm saying
it doesn't
is,
work for me. I'm trying to blow this shit up. It won't work.
But what I'm saying is, when I got to Eminem halfway at the bottom of the list, I was like, all right, let me stop right now. I get struck down reading this.
It shouldn't be on that list at all, in my opinion.
There are a bunch of names that made the top 10. There are a couple of names that made the top 10 that shouldn't.
Yeah, Joe Budden. Joe Budden's had to make that list.
I mean, to me, again, music is subjective, but at the end of the day, your body of work has to be taken into consideration.
She said, it's a no for Joe Bud Light in the top 20. Absolutely. I don't see how he makes tops 20. Yeah, he's definitely top 50. Okay,
come on, 50.
Now, wait a minute. I don't think that's out. Me personally, I don't.
Well, who's 51?
I don't think that's out of the question.
Who's 51? Word up.
Right. No, absolutely, Damien. It's not number 3. Monique said he had 2 for me. She ain't got no money in the bank, and the one about Tahiri.
Okay, to be fair, Lupe Fiasco is in Damien's top 5.
Kelvin bumps Joe and Jesus like, wait, look at God. Can I call in? I could talk reckless.
Yeah, you don't get a scroll. You don't get a scroll, Damien.
You get a scroll tonight, Damien. You wild tonight, son. You might get a scroll tonight.
Tim said you won't fuck with Woo though. Got punched in the face for talking shit. Whoa.
Yeah, Raekwon and them beat him up, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I could put together a Joe Budden playlist and y'all will be shocked at how good of a rapper he is. Listen, Damien, I don't.
You can play it during one of our commercials.
He's a pretty good rapper. He's a good rapper. I don't know if he's top 3. I don't know if he's top 3. He's not top 3.
No, the thing is, you're right. I think Joe Budden can rap, but we're saying he hasn't done enough to be in the top 50. He doesn't have enough records, hits. I mean, he wound up having to join a super group in order to get more publicity. You know what I'm saying?
Tim, what's the age group of the person who made the list?
Yo, did I even read Buster's name? I got the 38. I didn't even read Buster, right?
Buster's not on there.
No, he's on there. He was way down there. He was way down like the 20s and 30s.
I agree with Shonda because I'll be honest with you, Meth is in my top 10.
No argument for me.
Yeah,
no argument for me. As long as Redman is ahead of Meth.
I agree on that.
I disagree on that. I think Meth is better than Red.
Red is not. Y'all got to listen. Red is nice.
No, he is. He is.
Too, bro. Like I can't.
Meth is nice too, but I don't know, man.
You said Eminem 51.
I heard Meth.
Damien, you gonna have people protesting the framework.
Listen, I'm not an Eminem fan, but if you want to argue for him for top 10. You can do
he's on Love and Hip Hop too.
Yeah, he was better off crying on Love and Hip Hop.
He's a person that one.
She ain't got no money in the bank. It's a Sweet Beat song.
Damien knows hip hop on that. Who makes beats and stuff? I'll give you that. I can't listen. Top 50, it'd be a stretch.
I allow for a bunch of those names that I'm not feeling them. You know what I mean?
He is not better than one of the people I named after him. I'm gonna just be honest.
No, he shouldn't be on the list at all, in my opinion. I don't think he's done that much. Like I said, he's more known as a blogger than he is a rapper.
Yeah, he's to me, he's definitely if he's gonna make top 50, he's definitely down by the end of that list.
If you gonna say this list was brought to you by Jill Budden.
Well, the next topic is about to make it worse, but go ahead.
I don't know.
Oh my God. See, we might have to come back to Damien. Damien, send Jamie. Send your email in the chat. We might bring you on.
Yeah,
a
we
little
might.
bit.
Yeah, that
We'll go back. I want to hear your thoughts. Put the email in the chat, bro.
Yeah, that would be kind of dope.
What number was J. Cole?
Yeah, what number was J. Cole? He was down there too. He was down. He was under.
Yeah, I think he's down in 20s.
J. Cole was lower than Joe Budden. That's all you need to know.
J. Cole was lower than Joe Budden.
That's all you need to know about the list.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Damien, put your email in the chat. Damien won't be found and shit. But if you can, man, put an email in the chat, man.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I still do. I think they're both neck, but I still think that Meth is a little better than Red. Don't get me wrong. I'm Red too. Red is on my top 10. But I just think Meth is just a little better than Red.
Meth definitely has more commercial success than Redman.
Correct. He does.
Yeah, but
does.
just put him on just a beat and let Method just get it, bro. I'm telling you.
Y'all haven't heard Red go off.
No, I heard Red too.
No, Red is hot.
I'm thinking like Red. It might. I would give a tie at best. I don't think.
Yeah, well, listen. If you want to say that, D, I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I mean? Like to me. You could, if you want to argue one is better than another, okay, fine. But you got to add them. They got to be close, bro. And
she said the list is brought to you by ShopRite.
I do agree with what Derek said. When you do talk about Meth, you have to talk about Red at the same time. I do agree that. It's just, in my opinion, I think Meth is just a little bit better.
It's subjective. That's fair. Yeah. It's a coin toss.
Yeah.
Like in my top 10, because Meth is in my top 10. There's going to be a slash, and then there'll be Redman next to it.
Where the guy put Nas at? Whoever did this list.
He was like number two.
Number two.
Jay-Z number one. I don't know how that goes. Depending on how you feel. You know what I mean? You know, it depends on if you want to put Jay-Z number one, Nas number two, Nas number one, Jay-Z number two. You want to start your list like that?
I got Joe Budden right ahead of the Hip Hop Dalmatians.
There you go. Method. Oh, I ain't gonna. I can't relate. Method's so fine, so it's a win for him. Okay.
The thing is, I'm not going to say the same thing she said, but Meth has more mass appeal than Redman, and that's he does. He looks a certain role. He has a certain aura, and Redman doesn't have that.
Redman does not. But that's the appeal on Red for a certain audience. Like he's like the round the way dude, you know, and. You know, he feels very approachable and everything. So I like them both, man. Both of those dudes are nasty. And Black Thought, they came in at number 5. Now I'm gonna tell you,
Black Thought is nice though. Black Thought is nice.
Yeah,
he is nice.
If you want to put Black Thought number 5, I'm not gonna argue that hard against that, bro. Like that boy is bad. That's a bad boy, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, I would have liked to have seen Rakim crack the 10. Your favorite rapper at this point. I would have liked to have seen him jump in the top 10. He made 12, so you know it was a little outside, but you know I'm not gonna argue too much with that. You know, I'm not gonna take too much umbrage with that.
They didn't have Hammer though.
Styles P is number 4. Is Styles P number 4? Is Styles P top 5 for you?
Yo, Styles P, I think was higher than Jadakiss.
Yeah,
come on,
he was.
It's crazy.
Number 7.
I don't see it.
It's
Jadakiss is in my top 10.
Styles is Jadakiss what?
Jadakiss is in my top 10.
He's in your top 10. How about Styles P? Is he in your top 10?
Actually, Styles P is not in my top 10.
Damien, send us your email, brothers. Put it in the chat because I don't have no time to look for it, man. You put it in the chat, Jamie can get to you, man. If you want to come in, you want to see what your thoughts. Because I know we're gonna blow your mind on this next one, Damien.
We got Fabulous at Fabulous number 6. Where you got Fabulous at?
Fabulous is not in my top 10 at all either.
He's not in my top 10 either.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Jamie sent you. Jamie sent you a link if you want to come in, bro.
My top 10.
So we just sent you the link. Because we got another one, a rap thing going on here, man.
I can't wait till everybody hear this. Go ahead, D. Give it to him.
According to GQ magazine, Future is the best rapper alive.
Good Lord.
Jesus Christ. Future is not the best rapper alive. He may be the best baby daddy alive. But he's not the best rapper alive.
Baby producer.
Best baby producer. He got 35 baby mamas with 18 kids. Yeah. But,
oh man.
That's insane. This is insane. But you know what? Maybe Future did that, had a thing with GQ to say something crazy so that people could talk about him. You know, I see the angle that they're going with it, but nowhere in God's green earth is Future the best rapper alive. No way.
Jamie, what they hold? Jamie, you going too fast. Go back to the comments. Jamie, you going too fast. Go back. We can't read them that fast. Go ahead. We know.
Now, and they hitting it. Hip hop Dalmatians are definitely on Dylan level. So that's
Dylan.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. That was cute from Go. Damien said one other thing. He said, "Rock, this is the one that got me, Damien. Rakim not better than Kane." Now, no. But here's the point. Here's the point to the top. Show me Kane on the top 50.
Kane's not in there.
Kane's not in it.
He's not there.
That's let you know all you need to know about the damn ass list.
Word up.
Wait, who was that? That somebody said that she loved us on Future?
Jamie,
Monique?
Jamie, bring it up again. I think who wrote that? No, not fuck out of here.
She said, "I love me some Future, but that is a no."
Okay, all right. Yeah. I didn't catch the second part.
Should say the rapper Future is the best.
What's Sophia say? Oh, the rapper
should say the rapper Future is the best.
Know what the Future's the best at? Women that date Future get better husbands later. He's the best at setting you up for the fucking
they know what not to do. After that.
Yeah. And plus, you get online at Family Court to get child support from them.
Yeah.
Word up. My thing, I told every woman, if you want to get a husband, fuck with Future, and then you'll get a husband. That is the key to that shit.
Now, you know what I realized? I can no longer claim to be a fan of hip hop because I can't name one Future song. So I know I'm outdated. I have no idea. I can't name one Future. He just gave me the answer, and I still don't know. So as a result, you can tell I'm behind.
And Molly Percocet is Future.
Yeah, she said the rapper Future is the best. Fill in the blank. Okay, rap is the best. Whatever.
He's the best blank.
Yeah,
he's the best blank.
Exactly.
Future got a couple of hits, but that joint he did in that Wakanda soundtrack was trash. They mumble rapping.
I don't understand most of the shit he says.
Yeah. I just like that Molly Percocet shit too. I ain't gonna front some toxic ratchet shit.
Yeah, that's some freaking negative fucking infestation of black people shit. This guy's promoting a drug to us, it's crazy.
She says he's a low life. Somebody's a low life. I don't know who you talking about, Monique. Future.
Is Damien in the studio?
Oh,
there you go, my brother.
What up, man?
What's up? How y'all doing? I'm literally in the bathroom.
Calling an expert.
Party jokes apply to me.
And you just woke up?
Yeah, honestly, I was resting early. I'm trying to get back into shape, and you know how your body just tells you now you sleep through the middle of the day. That's the new routine. That's what I've been going on.
Dude, you preaching to the choir. I take naps all the time.
Yeah, naps are now part of my routine.
Yo, naps are good, man.
When you get in the 40s, that's all we do.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? Y'all, wow. Flipping coochie, that sounds like a pimp term. I'm just but I gotta say, Rodney, I was like curious when they said it. I'm like, that's what a flip is, right?
Yeah, because I'm thinking like the clit now is on the bottom and the asshole's on the top. And you like, what's going on with this? It ain't coming. Oh, man.
But see, so you can't scroll him because he's being educational. Because there are some men who do believe that right now. So
give him a scroll for defending it.
No, he's not educated. That's educational.
It's premature.
Asshole gonna be flipped around.
No, you flipping it like you take somebody's pants down and you go, hey, something don't look right here. This shit is flipped upside down. Like.
I know with a spatula, like they just, like a pancake.
The letter people gonna come after them.
Give me a scroll just that I'm near them.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I never knew that was actually a procedure. And that's the God's honest truth. I didn't really know. I didn't know.
Shit. I love you guys, man. I'm crying.
Jamie's sure. My agent is going to be calling Jamie after this show.
Oh man. So Damien, man, let's get to this 50 list, man. See, this goes scroll. See, damn, Rod. See, Rod on fire tonight.
Man, come on, man.
He came in with an @ sign. Kelvin don't have an @ sign
yet. So, the 50 list, right? Joe Budden shouldn't be in the top 10. I don't think he should. If you're trying to do an objective list, I don't think he should probably be in the top 20. But top 50, I do believe, because he has a whole mixtape series called Movie Music.
Over Kane now, Damien. Over Kane is not in
the list. I didn't say all that. First of all, Kane is ahead of Rakim. We gotta just accept that fact. Can we accept that fact?
I agree.
I don't know about all that now.
They're not gonna let it rock. All right, but I would say if you listen to his mood music series, it's nothing but like quality rap music beats. It's hip hop. It's not Pump It Up. Like Pump It Up was the single, the hit. You know, you with Def Jam during that time, they wanted everybody to make a Pump It Up, right? If they could have made 50 Pump It Ups, they would have did that for every rapper that they had signed. I know they had like 50 of them rap on it. You know, everybody had a Pump It Up freestyle. So they, you know, they milk that as much as they can. But no, as a rapper, he is high quality. That's why a lot of your favorite rappers don't really like to talk about him as a like dissing him and trying to say they could rap better. They leave him alone. Certain names, like people don't call out Jadakiss.
No, because it'd be crazy to do that.
Exactly. They call out Jay-Z faster than they call out Jada.
But let me ask you this question, Damien. When we get to this, where you're talking about the elite group, we're talking about the top 50 in the history of the genre. Don't you now have to, because they can all rhyme, don't you now have to start talking about body of work? Doesn't that has to come into play somewhere? If they're all good MCs, but what makes you the upper echelon would have to be your level of success. You're talking about mixtapes that I never heard, and I'm not saying I'm the norm. What I'm saying is, in other words, he should have more of a cachet if he's going to be up there over some of these people that have, I mean, you know, some of the accolades he doesn't have.
I agree, but now then we got to be honest. Rakim got what, 4 albums?
That's more than Joe Budden,
right? I think there's certain situations that transcend it, and I think you mentioned that Rakim.
Joe Budden have more than 4.
But did you say Rakim changed the way people rhyme? Did people say Rakim changed?
Okay.
Rakim,
right. He definitely did. I'm not taking it away, but I was going to say also Method Man. His albums got progressively worse, in my opinion, right? It's an opinion, as he went on in his career. I think his career survived because he teamed up with Red.
Correct. I agree.
But Red's career was ascending at that time. So they teamed up and boosted each other, in my opinion. So I would just say, if we talk about bodies of work, a lot of times, a lot of artists who are still on the list, their bodies of work, you know, Nas is notoriously known for dropping mediocre albums after his first 2. Like people was like, it's not that good. Like he didn't live up to the expectations.
So what would you say Joe Budden dropped?
Yeah, Damon, the average artist only has about 2 to 3 solid albums in them, no matter who they are.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's a few artists we can name that drop more than 2 or 3. I think
they should be the upper echelon. I agree.
And that's why they should. And that's why it's just like he just said. That's why they should be in the top 5, the top 10.
But Rakim can't come off the bench for Joe Budden.
No, he can't.
Joe Budden not starting over these dudes. He just can't. He got to come off the bench.
Jadakiss is one of the greatest lyricists of all time. His albums.
You're right.
It's like, so that's why I don't like to use albums. I'd rather use their skills and their music, like the stuff that they actually have written and rap. Because if we go album, it's a lot of people.
I feel like if you're gonna I feel if you're gonna make the top 10 or at least the top 5, or just say Kelvin, let Kelvin hold your at side. Clarify, it's called a labia lift. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Labia lift. Yeah.
So we back on that?
Listen, that's important, brother. That's important.
David, you brought it up, David. You brought it up.
It is.
I think if you're gonna be on the top 5 rappers list, there needs to be an argument for you being the best. I think the top 5, if you're gonna make the top 5, right, there needs to be a credible argument for you being number 1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you know, so in at least top 10, and if you're going to make top 10, then you need to have an argument of whether or not.
What I'm saying is, if you take away Pump It Up, is the man in the industry? That's what I want to do.
No, he don't even exist.
No.
He don't exist.
I beg to differ, but I hear what you say. He didn't have the commercial success, but he also had label issues. The same thing with Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco won a Grammy, and it had label issues for 5 years, and people was like, "Oh, he fell off. He's this, he's that." And it was, you know, it happens. It's the business side of it.
Joe Budden's had a lot of issues with a lot of people in his career.
That is also true. I can't vouch. I don't know him as a person, but if you tell me he's gonna rap, I will listen.
Now, Damien, we got a list here with Eminem at 38. A little bit much, a little excessive, flagrant.
All right. I have have my own opinion of Eminem. I think he's a better rapper than the number 38 on the top 50 list.
Right.
So
we gotta kind of, when we talking about M, we gotta kind of come out our feelings a little bit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Objectively, my thoughts on Eminem is like, sometimes, you know, I understand the perspective he comes from, his background when he raps about like, but some of the stuff, choking his mother and all the wild, you know, like horror film type scenarios, I'm just like, I guess, you know, if I don't relate to it, doesn't mean it's not great. Right. He's technically one of the greatest rappers of all time, and people know that. But then also, if you, like you said, the top 5 list, everybody should be able to have a argument for being number 1. If you're now technically one of the greatest rappers ever, but when it comes to everything else, it's like, well, he's not as relatable as any of the other people on the top 5 or 10. It starts to push him down the list, in my opinion, because it's like, well,
now relatable to who? All right, relatable to who? Because before we were talking about first albums and second albums and how many albums sold and all of that. Now, if we're going to talk about that, let's talk about that.
Is he the biggest selling? Is he or Drake the biggest selling rappers of all time?
I think it's still Eminem, but we understand if we're gonna go by that, that's the business side of it. So you can sell records off image. So he's not selling records because,
and the fact that he's that persuasion, of course, he has a fan base that everybody else can't tap.
Correct. He reaches a broader audience by being a white rapper.
No question.
So that's why we shouldn't even use Eminem numbers when we're talking about this. Because, like I said, a white artist can go like this.
But if you can't use Eminem's numbers, you can't use anybody's numbers.
Exactly.
I get Rodney's point. Rodney's point is he comes in with a built-in audience that would not have supported necessarily somebody else.
I say all this. I've never bought. Listen, every black rapper has a saying. You know, listen, we can keep doing tip and tat, but I'm saying all this as I'm not even an Eminem supporter. I've never bought an album. I've never bought a download of Eminem. I don't bump him in my car. I don't have him in my ears. But I have to at least respect, right, what he's been able to accomplish and what he means to millions of people.
I just say he's nice lyrically. That's what it is.
And you gotta add that part. So I gotta come out my feelings and throw it up there, bro. You know.
But then I would say, with all of that said, you still have to say, if we're gonna start trying to rank people and gonna start using some logic and reason, Eminem starts to fall off in certain areas where other rappers gain points. Like, one of the things I've always said is, I don't think Pac was one of the most technically sound rappers, but his influence is probably the biggest of any rapper of all time, including Eminem.
His image.
I agree.
Yeah.
So it's like, so we gotta use some areas to compare, but like if we talking about numbers, that's a business thing. That's not necessarily Vanilla Ice would be on the list for numbers, and then you gotta cut Rakim off the list because his numbers, KRS-One numbers, isn't Vanilla Ice numbers. So now what we doing?
But that's the thing. I don't think it's everything, but it is. But you have to add it as a criteria, or you don't. You know what I mean? There has to be a standard. There has to be a framework. All right. So that we can have this conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I try to include numbers and impact as opposed to just numbers, because then you look at like some people like, oh, this person sold 5 million records their first month, and it's like, you know, okay, if the record sucks, it don't matter. You know, like who was the dude with the big gold teeth? It was like 1,000 of them, right? But the Trinidad James, or no,
Trinidad James, gold all in my mouth.
Right. That song sold a bunch of records. Like, if somebody come tell me how dope that song is and the lyrics and all that stuff, I'm gonna ignore them. I'm just gonna.
Jamie, bring us some of the comments, man, real quick.
Yeah. All right, check it in. Do actors who made 2 movies get Lifetime Achievement Awards? No, but body of work must be the criteria, or else all we're really talking about is a popular competition that's based on people who don't know the culture.
I think she laid it out there, I have to say.
Jesus Christ. Derek, you got a winner there, buddy. You got a winner there.
So,
hardest thing I ever did, brother. You know?
I got a question then. So now, whose body of work are we bringing up? Because we can say Big's body of work is small, we could say Rakim's body of work.
The man was murdered. The man was murdered. They stopped his momentum. I mean, we know Big would have been huge.
Yeah, right. I got
would have been huge.
Rakim is still alive.
No, but Big is still huge because still making movies of the Big and still people still documentaries. But go ahead, read Tim. Sorry,
yeah,
but that's not his body of work.
Yeah, some of these guys in the top.
But 10 see, you keep missing it with Rakim.
Hold up, let Derik finish
the
thing.
And M fits in there. Stan was a classic. You know, yeah, Stan was a classic. You know, Dina says they need to revise that list. They're revising Coochie. So revise the damn list.
They need to flip the list, right?
So, can we put out a question? Has any rapper ever made a song, which they should, about flipping Coochie? Because that might be a hit right there, right? If it's popular.
Here we go. First time a guest is going to get a scroll. There you go. There we go. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team.
Made history.
Yeah. All right, they rap about flipping birds. Just switch one word and you got a new hit.
You came on the show and got a scroll before Derik ever got
Go ahead, Damien. All right, my man woke up and got a scroll.
Yeah,
way out the nap.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, you know,
I know.
The proper scroll. Yeah, you get the proper scroll.
Yo, he's trying to get on the show permanently.
But I know why Rakim does not have a large body of work.
But it's not just Rakim. He's just an example. There's a lot of rappers, like Slick Rick is one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the same body of work.
He's not
you know,
it's tough to go.
But then there are rappers like DMX who have a huge body of work that I may not be. I'd rather just stick with a few of his first albums, and then when I start listening to the later stuff, I'm like, oh man, you know what happened?
Yeah.
Well, you know, times change. You got to understand, timing is everything. You know what I mean? Like if we had dropped, if Dr. Dre drops The Chronic today, it would be a flop. But back then, the timing was great for it, and it becomes an iconic album. You know what I mean? Timing is everything. Rakim came out in his time. What made him iconic is because he changed the way everybody had to rap.
Yes.
It was no more simple rapping after that. He said, "Yo, everybody had to when Rakim came out, everybody had to start all over."
Yep. Yeah.
But we're only talking about body of work. That is his impact.
But this is the thing. He said, now I'm going to stop to see what you got. Get off the mic or get too high. That's why he had to do it.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Right. You got that. Y'all got that. Yeah. So, all right, if y'all could look at that list, because I've seen it maybe once, and y'all could just do a quick swap. Like, I'm going to take Joe Budden off number 3 and swap him spot for spot with somebody on that list. That means he would stay in the top 50. Who would you instantly put in number 3?
So many people.
I put him at 50. I start with him at 50.
He wouldn't be on the list, in my opinion.
Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas.
You could go with that. Any one of those.
Okay.
Nas is already, wasn't it? Jay-Z, Biggie, Jay-Z.
They already in the top, but he's no.
You could put
he's
Biggie
over
in there.
Biggie. Actually, Joe Budden is over Biggie, right?
Yeah, he is. He is. You can start. Yeah, if you want to put
swap
Biggie
right
in number
there.
3, you can put Biggie in number 3. Not
hey, Damien, answer Tim.
Tim says Rakim and Kane are 2 different styles. Don't they have about the same number of albums? That's where it ends. Yeah. See, Kane, I love Kane, but he didn't change the game the way Rakim changed the game.
Oh, whoa. Demar, can you help?
Lord Kelvin is like, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And
I want to wait to hear this one.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Kane had a style, but he didn't have other people coming up behind him. You know what I'm saying? The same way that Rakim did. Rakim came first. And
you take it first, or I take it? You
want
to go first?
All right, we can talk about it because you got to remember how people. You got to remember what was before Rakim, and then what was after.
Kane made motherfuckers start to dress and look sexy.
You talk about dressing. I'm talking
about
rapping.
You gotta eat, G. You gotta eat, G.
Listen.
Like, all right, so
that goes with the coach. That goes
D is hungry. D is hungry.
Yeah, D hungry.
No, you had to lie.
D, don't see dicks. Don't see dicks.
Kane posed nude. He did pose nude. But
so if we're being honest,
he had to be fly. He made motherfuckers. You had to rap fly shit. He was the first one killing it.
You had to do what?
You had to be fly. Kane made
Rakim wasn't fly with all that gold. Him and Eric B. Like that wasn't fly.
No,
with the Gucci suit.
They was still street.
All right, D and Damien. Let me ask you a question. Name the Kane album better than Paid in Full.
Go
Name the Kane album better than Pay the Full.
If you put the list in front of me, I'll tell you.
But do you think he had an album better than Pay the Full?
That's a loaded question. That's like saying name an album better than Nas' first album.
No,
you might not be able to name a better album.
But Damien, what I'm saying is put Kane's #1 album up against Rakim's #1 album. What is it?
That's why I don't argue albums. But if you put songs, I'm telling you.
Okay, you know what?
But I'm saying but I'm saying Rakim Pay the Full had 9 songs. 8 of them was hits.
That's one album.
Right, so give me one of Kane's albums that rivals it.
I don't know the name of the albums. Is it long?
Yeah,
that should tell you something right there, D.
I can't remember it. No, I don't know the name of a lot of shit, motherfucker. I'm getting.
But like, I'll be like, name Michael Jackson's biggest album.
Name Michael Jackson.
Thriller.
Thank you. So that's my point. So if you're a Kane fan, you should be able to name his biggest album.
People argue Off the Wall is a better album than Thriller. That is an argument.
So you make the argument for one of Kane's albums. You can't name one.
What I'm trying to say is this. You said Kane. Wait, we have to start from the beginning. Kane didn't have influence. You know, Big J.
I didn't say that.
All of these out. He changed the way that they rap too, because they all were influenced by Kane. You can't say they weren't.
If anybody out there see Damien on his phone, send me a picture of it.
Cool G rap.
Okay,
I got it right here. First,
it's a Big Daddy Kane thing, right?
Big Daddy Kane. Long live the Kane.
Okay, so that's better than Pay the Full.
How many George you have?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking.
You said, wait a minute, you said Coogee Rap did. What about Coogee Rap? Oh,
he changed the way people rap. So many. Slick Rick changed the way people rap.
I agree with that.
Really did.
I agree with that. But you know the problem with this? You can't argue body with 80s rappers because everybody put albums out every 5 years.
Echo in the bathroom.
They do it to me too, Damien. Damien, they do it to me too, brother.
When I decided to come in the bathroom, I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yo, he in the bathroom at Target. That's where he.
So go out there and read one of the albums at Target, right?
Oh man.
Yo, my stomach is hurting, man.
At the end of the day, Rakim never wanted to battle Kane because we know what that would happen.
Rakim's not a battle rapper.
But then
he's not a battle rapper.
No. According to the story, Rakim went to Kane and saw he was and Kane digressed. That's according to the story.
No. Kane always talked about that.
Rakim said that. He said that.
Rakim's not a battle rapper. But he's like Nas. They're not battle rappers.
Back in that day, you had to have skills to battle because that's what rap was.
Listen, I'm not saying Rakim could. But at that point, listen, don't sleep on Rakim, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sleeping on Rakim.
Derek, they try to diss Long Island. That's what they trying to do. They trying to diss Long Island. They're trying to diss LI.
Listen, he can snap. But at that point, we talking about when they putting stuff on wax. Rakim's rhymes were not battle rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
the same way in the
let's do a versus battle next week.
He did have
Rakim versus Kane versus battle.
Another 7 brothers with the rhyme. Yeah, he had.
Rakim didn't want to do verses against Kane.
Facts. That's a big
okay.
So
Rakim catalog ain't really that deep. I gotta admit, it's not that deep.
Listen, I don't know. I can't speak for that. I would have loved to have seen it. I would have loved to have seen it. Listen, I would have loved to have seen it.
Hold on, we burying the lead. Joe Budden is whack. Let's just end it right there. That's what this is about.
I thought the lead was flipped. Nah, I'm gonna stop. So the Future issue. Y'all brought that up. Future being the greatest rapper alive. How many rappers died yesterday that I didn't know about?
Yeah.
It must have been a slaughter for real.
Yo, that shit was funny.
Wow.
Nicely played, Damien. Nicely played, brother.
I think that basically that was Future playing games. He had some arrangement with GQ, and they decided to make that topic or that title so it could create controversy, so everybody can talk about him. Yeah.
Does anybody read GQ?
No, Future doesn't believe he's the best rapper alive.
Of course not.
He doesn't believe that.
Yo, that's true. No, who reads GQ?
Who reads GQ?
And that's the same thing when it comes to Billboard and these other organizations that aren't about the culture. That's why when you was talking about Eminem's influence, I'm like, but at the end of the day, white people should not have the controlling say or interest in hip hop culture.
Should or do?
Shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
Good or should is not the same thing as what is. All right.
But we know why they do.
No, they control the business of it. A culture is not a business.
They control the numbers. They control what you listen to the radio while we're even having this conversation, bro.
They got the money, but we got the credibility.
They control what comes out too. They're going to control what comes out.
But the same reason why they was trying to call Eminem the king of rap, they want the person to represent the same way they tried to make Elvis this whatever they tried to make him.
No, listen, listen. Rap music, the business of rap has been looking for Eminem for at least for the longest time before Eminem ever showed up. You know what I mean?
That's when they had what? Snow, who did Informer?
MC Search.
The third base. That's right. Third base was the beginning of it.
D, you got to get ready to take us home, D.
We've seen this iteration.
So you got to get ready to take us home. It's 11 o'clock.
But at least M can rhyme, though.
Kelvin got to get out of jail cell. They change the shift. Get out of here.
They're going to lock me in if y'all don't get off the show.
It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, man, I'm sorry about that, man. We can talk about hip-hop all night long.
Shout
out to our guest last minute. Came through in the toilet. Damien tonight.
My man.
Shout out. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna let the doodle
Toilet Bowl Records.
Yes. Yo, Damon, get out of Target before they lock you in, kid.
I got y'all next time, though. Next week we flipping. Nah, I'm trying not to get the scroll.
Just stay stateside. Stay stateside.
But to everybody, man, check us out next week. Like we said, we got a special guest, brother running for running for governor, lieutenant governor.
Hopefully they'll still come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Ask the tough questions. We need to ask tough questions of the politicians for real.
Tough questions. So see you all next week. To the brothers, I love you guys, man. Let's not do this for too long again for these breaks. I want to say peace, and peace.